pause that right quick so I can make sure to give my disclaimer for the sake of YouTube. This live is so that I can ride, vibe, sing, and praise and encourage people. And these are voice-over songs. As I put in the description, I do not own the rights to any of this music. Now, with that being said, what's up, these peeps? What's up? I'm out in these abundant streets again. I did not have time to do a live last night because I was out in these abundant streets driving people till 4 a.m. Your girl is tired, but I'm grateful. And I'm also having an OCD moment right now because for those of y'all that have been following me, y'all know I got OCD. I'm cleaning as I go. In fact, I need to find a trash can. Man, yesterday was a really, really, really good day. Shout out to all of these peeps in the building. And man, I drove, shit. I think I started at, I can't remember the time I started, but I know I drove long hours yesterday. And by the time I got home, it was like 4. And I am tired, but I am grateful because things are aligning. The reason I jumped on here is because, you know, I've been, you know, picking up passengers. I decided to take a break, stop at Wendy's, grab me something to eat. And it was so funny because this morning I woke up, you know, my heart was heavy. I'm going to share some things with you guys probably on a different live about the retrograde and dealing with people from your past. Y'all make sure everybody in the chat hit the like. First of all, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Because if you're here, you like me. Even if you a troll or a real reject of YouTube, if you watching because you like JustDee show. So go on and hit that like right now because I'm only seeing 1 like and look like about 10 people in the building. But anyways, so I'm driving around. You know, I prayed this morning, did my saltwater cleanse, as I do. And certain things, you know, have my heart a little heavy, but ultimately I am grateful to God. And as I was driving, it was so funny. I saw 444 first, then I saw 555. And I'm driving down a residential street to go pick up a passenger. And all of a sudden, even though it was like a sign off to the left, and it was a, I don't know if it was an auto body plate, something like that. And just realized my bra was showing. So anyway, it said alignment in hot pink. And y'all know hot pink is my favorite color. Okay. And so that caught my eye. It said alignment. I think below it said adjustment or something like that. But the alignment stood out to me. And I took that as a message from my ancestors. Then, not even 500 feet, there was another sign that said hope. And I was like, wow, okay. So it was like encouragement. And, you know, I was like, I'm going to align my frequency and my thoughts to receive abundance, not just financially, but an abundance of healing, healing physically, healing emotionally, healing spiritually. And after I picked up and dropped off that passenger, I had another one to pick up that was like 2 minutes away. And we ended up driving right back by that same sign that said hope. And I was like, okay, so message received, you know, first and foremost. And I've been playing my gospel playlist. Now at nighttime, I play my H-Town playlist because that, you know, keeps me up, keeps me motivated. But today I was like, especially because sometimes even I need encouragement. Today was one of those days. And so I said, I'm going to put on my gospel playlist. And it was such a blessing because every passenger that's been in this vehicle has thanked me for playing this music. In fact, the last family I just dropped off, I don't know if she was his wife or girlfriend, but she was like, who is this, you know, you playing? And I was listening to, wait, which one was it? It wasn't this one. Hold on. No, that's the one it was. It was Work It Out by Ty Tribbett, right? And she was asking me like, who is this? Like, I like, this music. I like the words, whatever. And so I told her, and I said, you never know who's going through something that may need to hear this song. I know this lady do not got on a full length coat and it is 85 degrees out here. Yes, she does. That's so weird. Something about Texas, because I'm from Nebraska, where we really have like winters for real. Like right now back home, it's probably already down in like the 40s. That's typical. But it just kills me when I see people out here with a full coat on. And it's 85 today. It ain't even cold. I'm hot. That's why I'm in a sleeveless shirt. My little favorite comfortable shirt. But anyway, let me get my ADHD together. So, I'm seeing these signs and I said, okay, Lord, thank you, ancestors, for reminding me to stay in alignment with the frequency of what I want to receive. And what I want to receive is abundance in every area of my life. Even this vehicle is a manifestation that I didn't see coming. And that's why later I'm going to come back and tell you guys about my birthday weekend and things that transpired after that, in terms of the retrograde. Because, retrogrades always bring people from your past back into your life. And, you can have love for a person and not be in love with them and still spend time with them and, see, okay, the Most High brought this person back in my life. Let's explore and see if anything's changed. And a lot of times we allow people back into our lives because of amount of years we've known them or comfortability. But then when you start to recognize unhealed parts of people and you realize like, nah, you're in my past for a reason, but it doesn't mean that I hate you. Like genuinely, I've learned so much this year and I'm so grateful to God for that. I'm grateful for healing first and foremost, spiritually and emotionally and physically. I'm grateful for healing because I look at where I am now. I definitely didn't see myself in this position a month ago. This is why y'all got to come back tonight, because I normally keep a lot of my personal life private, but God told me to share this because people need to hear it. My transition to rebuilding my life has not been easy at all. It has not. There's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of obstacles, tests and trials, betrayals, just all types of stuff. And I fully understand now why this journey has been as hard as it's been, because when you are truly one of the chosen, you're tested in resiliency, you're tested in faith, you're tested in, are you going to trust God when all hope seems lost, or everybody that you know and love that you've helped have turned their backs on you? Are you going to trust God when the doctor gives you a diagnosis? Are you going to trust God when you feel like giving up? And one thing that the Most High showed me was my strength. I didn't even realize I was strong. Because a lot of times this year I have felt like giving up. Y'all didn't know that, because when I come on the channel, I'm always, raising the vibration and encouraging y'all. But when I tell you I have felt like giving up time and time and time again, I've cried tears that ain't nobody seen. And, and shout out to my homegirl, Goddess Mercy, because her live yesterday just reminded me of how strong I am. And she said, and not just Scorpios, but the chosen, we go through so much. And it's like sometimes you stop and you look at, man, what I've been through. And she said that, she's like, I remember, she's like, our age, which is true, our mothers, like my mom, my grandma, and my auntie all had the footprints in the sand, portrait in their houses where it shows, the two sets of footprints, and then the one set and the person's looking up like, God, where are you? Like, I don't see you walking beside me. And then it's that part where it says, when you didn't see, that's giving me chills. When you didn't see me walking beside you, I was carrying you. And I thought about that. God has carried me through so much. And there's a lot on my plate right now, but God has given me the strength to get through it. And on top of that, God has carried me through it. The Most High God, my angels, ancestors, and spirit guides carried me through this entire year. And those that have been following me since last year, y'all know what I've been through. You know what happened in February. You know what's happened since then. All types of spiritual attacks, witches, warlocks, covens coming against me. They have not succeeded. Even the dark magic that was spoken over my life by Grace and Jaguar, it didn't work. So I think about that. God has really kept me, man. And sometimes when you have so much on your plate, you forget to praise God. You forget to give God thanks. You forget to glorify. Lord, thank you for what you carried me through. Thank you all the times when I didn't have. The times I had to be very uncomfortable. And I mean very uncomfortable. And people I've, had to got brought into my life to help, but all wanted something from me. It's like I just had to take a moment to give God thanks. The God that's within me. I keep telling y'all, God's within you. So it's not about if you start going through tests and trials, God is punishing you. No, your faith is being tested. Well, I made a mess on myself. Got all kind of crumbs. Your faith and your trust is being tested. Are you going to trust me when you can't see me? Are you going to trust me when you can't feel me? And that took me to the song I used to sing to y'all.
Will you put that in this atmosphere? The Lord is my light.
This one. This one, Everlasting God. For those who haven't heard this song, for those who have not heard this song, it's called Everlasting God by William Murphy. I do not own the rights to this song. I'm doing a voiceover.
I want to teach you tonight. The Lord is my light and salvation.
Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? I will wait on you. Yes, God. I will wait on you. I will trust in you.
Yes, Lord. Say it.
I will trust in you. Come on, guys.
It's my life. Everybody sing.
The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? I will wait on you. Yes, God. I will wait on you. I will trust in you. Yes, God.
I will trust in you. The next part goes like this. Listen, I want you to go home singing this.
I will remain confident in this. I will see the goodness of the Lord.
Come on, you say it.
I will remain confident in this. I will see the goodness of the Lord. The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? I will wait on you.
I will wait on you.
I will wait on you.
Trust in you.
I will trust in you. I will trust in you.
Everybody praise it. I will
remain confident in this. I will see the goodness of the Lord. I will remain confident set our hope on you. We set our hope on your love. We set our hope on the one who is the everlasting God. You are the everlasting God. We set our hope on you. We set our hope on your love. We set our hope on the one who is the everlasting God. You are the everlasting. We set our hope on you. We set our hope on your love. The everlasting God. You are the everlasting. Alright, that's about all I'm gonna do with that song because I'm gonna have to get back out here. But I want everybody to be encouraged when it feels like life is unfair. Shift to gratitude. I know that's why that first sign I seen on the left that said alignment reminded me of that. Then the hope, just like the song, which by the way, that song is a scripture. That is Psalms 27, verse 10 through 15. I would have fainted if I would not have believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. See, the things that the Most High, ordained for me to go through was so that I can be an example to all of you and to people that I know in real life in real time. And what sometimes does not make sense, if God does not allow something to align in your life, trust that it's for your good, because you don't know what could have been on the other side of that situation, that person, that circumstance. So many things I've been shown, things I was protected from, that I now understand why certain things did not align. Because one, I'm a healer, I'm a spiritualist. Ooh, somebody getting pulled over. Ooh, that's a horrible day. I'm a healer and I'm a spiritualist and I'm a high vibrational high priestess. My frequency has to remain elevated, like no matter what. And I see everybody in the chat. I'll get to y'all comments in a second. I must stay in a high frequency, and when I'm not in a high frequency, that is when I shut down, go inward to the God that's within me and find my strength. And a download that my ancestors gave me last night when I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, this is the phoenix rising right now. The phoenix gets burned down to ashes and then rebuilds itself back up, stronger and better than ever. And so that's what I take from every situation, that I've had to navigate through, whether it was good or bad, whether it was a victory or a lesson. It was all necessary for me to become my most powerful self. So if you are being faced with, let's say, because it is retrograde season, so a lot of stuff goes left: communication, relationships, technology, delays, detours, a lot of like chaotic type of energy happens during retrograde season, and we're still in the Mercury retrograde. And so if it feels like, if you feel overwhelmed, or if you feel like, Lord, why is this happening to me? The first thing I've learned is to search for the lesson in every situation. What is it that you want me to learn so I don't have to go through this process again? And also, Celebrate your strength, celebrate your growth, celebrate your progress. Again, we often get caught up in, like me, I'm a Scorpio. It's in my nature to persistently pursue my goals and dreams. And Scorpios, where there's a will, there's a way. We're going to find a way. We're going to make a way. We're going to figure it out. And one thing about us, and I loved when I heard Mercy say this, because the way she worded it is how I've been trying to get people to understand, how my brain works. We have a tunnel vision. Like, we're very linear in our thinking and how we focus on things. So for me, I can't stop or give up because parts of the journey have been really hard. I have this tunnel vision and I have this idea that I deserve to live my best life. In fact, I know I do. And so the only way for me to get to that is to go through. Giving up's never an option, even when I feel like it. I cry, I pray, I ground and center myself, I clear my energy, saltwater cleanse, I rebuild myself again and again, just like the Phoenix Rising, and then I rise back up and I keep it pushing. So, as I was, and I've had this conversation actually with 3 people over the past 2 weeks, even the one that I recently had to release, because I recognize that he just isn't healed. At the end of the day, if my tests and trials of transitioning and going through what I don't claim this, but what other people call hardship, but what I call a test and a trial, if that encourages or inspires somebody, then I have done my job as a spiritualist. I have done my job as being an example of strength to people, and I've done what I'm supposed to do. And everybody is not meant to stay in your life. Please stop holding on to people just out of obligation, y'all. Because I'm feeling this. I'm feeling 5 people listening to this live that y'all been doing this shit. Let them go. And let them go in love. Don't hold bitterness. Don't hold resentment. That only affects you. Even if a person hurts you, understand that hurt people hurt people. Unhealed people don't even know that they are projecting their unhealed energy onto you unless they go to therapy. And the vast majority of people don't want to go to therapy. And the ones that don't want to go to therapy are the ones that need to go to therapy, because you need help figuring out why why do you keep repeating these unhealthy, toxic cycles. So it's like, stop holding on to people. I mean, I love the people I love, but even if it's a relative, if it's a parent, if it's a sibling, whoever, if it's someone from your past, a friend, whoever it is, if they are not adding to your peace, let them go. If they are taking away from your peace, if they are bringing struggle and stress and strain and lowering your vibration, let them go. Retrogrades come to show us how to release people, release old toxic thought patterns, limiting beliefs, limiting behaviors, scarcity mindset, fear, lack, doubt. Those are the frequencies that mainstream media wants everybody to be on, so that you cannot ascend and become your most powerful self, your most empowered self. This is why the Most High made me go through all of this, so I could become my most powerful self. So it's like, yo, you have to do what you have to do to maintain your frequency, and above all, to protect your peace. And boundaries, family. Boundaries are established to protect your peace. Do not let anybody try to make you lower or not have boundaries because, how it makes them feel. I've learned to stop people pleasing. If me establishing boundaries with people, letting people know, hey, I'm not available for this frequency. I'm not going to meet you on your level. I'm not available, period. It doesn't mean you hate anybody. Like I said, I love my relatives. Lord knows I do. But there's certain relatives that I just have to learn to love from a distance. Because you're not healed, therefore your energy is always toxic and it's draining. And who wants to be drained? We're on this planet to help love one another, uplift one another, help each other heal. We're not here to drain and hurt and hate and all of that low frequency, low vibrational bullshit. People be wondering why I like being alone, because I'm at peace. Truly, I'm at peace in my solitude. Now, of course, I do want to be married and have my family. That is the truth. But I just feel like at this stage in life, peace is my priority, and I feel like I only want people around me who share the same priority and who share the same healed energy. And blood does not make you family. It makes you related. That's why I call them relatives. Family are the people that are there for you no matter what. Like, we unconditionally support one another. It's reciprocal. Like, we feed off of each other. We equally give and take. It's not a expectation to just give, and they don't have to give in return. No. So again, if you find yourself having, breakups, and a breakup is not just romantic, y'all. You can break up with your family. If you didn't know that, you can break up with your family. Did you know that? You can break up with your relatives. Not your family, because your family, but your relatives, you can break up with them, especially if they ain't good for you. You can break up with high school and college and childhood friends, y'all, if they ain't good for you. You can disallow people from your past to come back in your life if it's not good for you. That's to protect your peace. So do what you need to do to protect your peace, and don't feel guilty for doing it. Because at the end of the day, how can you become your most powerful self if everybody you're connected to is always draining you? That was an observation I had to make. A lot of the people that were connected to me were draining me spiritually, emotionally, and a lot of times physically, mentally, and financially even. So the space that I'm in right now is gratitude. I'm so grateful to still be standing. I'm grateful that I was able to manifest this vehicle I'm sitting in to be able to go out here and, pick up people and do what I need to do to grind and handle what I need to handle. Me needing this colorectal surgery is very real. And I speak healing over my body from my crown down to my feet. This is a generational curse that my grandmother and both my uncles went through. They all had to have the same surgery. This is not going to pass down to my children. This is also why, in terms of, being in a relationship or marriage, why I prefer to be single, because I genuinely want to heal and break every generational curse off of me before I reproduce. And as painful as it was to lose the 5 babies that I've lost due to miscarriage, ultimately God knew what was best, because my children would have inherited all of my unhealed energy and all of, the generational curses that at the time I wasn't even aware of, let alone knew how to break. So it's like, I want to be my most healed, best version of myself before I bring children into this world. And I keep seeing me with my daughter. I keep seeing like me holding her, just even me and her father, my future divine masculine. Like, I've been seeing a lot of premonitions of that, us traveling, so it's like, I would rather use this retrograde to thank God for strength. Because when I really started talking about what I had been through recently with my ex, he was like, that's a lot of shit to go through. I'm like, yeah, it was a whole lot. And because I'm so used to that tunnel vision and just keep going, I didn't even really look at what I went through. I didn't even look at it till I started talking about it. And I'm like, damn, that was a lot of shit, And so instead of, getting in a space of depression or sadness, man, Lord, thank you. You literally carried me. I couldn't see your footprints because you was carrying me. That was you walking in the sand, carrying me through all of this. That's the unconditional agape love of the Most High God. And the Most High God is within you. You know, your heart chakra, your third eye. That's where God is at. You know, there's nothing wrong if people feel like they want to go to church. Me personally, I don't do religion at all, because I'm spiritual. And I know what religion, you know, the foundation, the whole Luciferian foundation of all religions, and that'll be for a separate live. But I know who God is because of my life. That's what lets me know who God is. I'm still here. I'm still standing. And it was crazy because 2 of the places I stayed at last month, well, over the past 2 months, when I was in a position where I had to wait for money to be deposited, and I had to wait in lobbies or even wait outside in the heat, because that's just how trash the staff was. You know, I remember that feeling of hopelessness. Lord, why? Because I've done right by the very people that betrayed me, turned on me, lied, slandered, defamed, shit on me, used me. I did right by all of these people. So why am I going through this? And all I kept hearing was trust the process. Do y'all know when I picked this car up Friday, I had to drive through both them parking lots. Like, I need you to understand the turnaround after the storm. Oh, Ashe. The turnaround after the storm. The turnaround. I would have never seen that when I was going through it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I would have never seen me driving this vehicle through both parking lots to go pick up a passenger. And I remember when I didn't know what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, when people shitted on me, looked down on me, talk shit about me. You know, why you can't get your shit together? Bitch, I need surgery. What the fuck don't you understand about that? I pass blood a lot. And that was one of the things that Jaguar caught herself making fun of during her rant in February. And it's like, yo, I'm driving through these parking lots, and I remember having to sit in a lobby or sit outside in the heat while bleeding. And they didn't care. And had the audacity to look down on me. And then God opened up a major door. Bookings started coming in. Donations started coming in. Help started coming in because I aligned my thoughts to receive abundance. Like that alignment. It was like a reminder. Don't forget to keep aligning. Don't forget to keep having hope when it feels like all hope is lost. God is always there. The footprints in the sand. God is always there. So if you can't see God, where's the other song? When I can't see it, you're working. When I can't feel it, you're working. Waymaker. Okay, let me find that one real quick. There it is right there. Okay, this is Waymaker by William McDowell. Even when I can't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. I couldn't see it. I couldn't feel it. I couldn't see how any of this was going to work out. And now here I am. Manifestation. Do I know what's going to happen day to day? Yes and no. Certain things I'm shown, other things they purposely don't show me because I'm not supposed to know everything about my life. Otherwise, I'm not living it. And the universe always wants to surprise us. This song, Waymaker, has been a blessing to me because, like, literally the lyric is, even when I can't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. You never stop. You never stop working. Trust God even when you can't see it. Trust God even when you can't feel it. Know that God is always there. God is always there. It's just a matter of aligning your thoughts and your frequency to receive what you want and to attract what you desire.
Moving in the
you. I worship you.
You are here, working in this place.
I worship you. I worship you. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
You are here, touching every heart, and I worship you, oh God.
I worship you.
You are here, and you're healing every heart.
I worship you. I worship you.
You are here, and you're turning lives. Yes, Lord, I worship you. Oh, you are here,
I worship you. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. That is who you are. That is who you are. Now this is that part. This is that part. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Waymaker, miracle work, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. That is who you are. Yes, God, I love this song. I love this song.
Come on, if you know him to be it, would you open up your mouth?
Yes, God, I love this song.
Would you open up your mouth right here? There are
Yes, God.
people on the earth who know who their God is, and they're not ashamed to declare. They're not ashamed to proclaim. They're not ashamed to cry out.
Yes. That's my God that carried me through this entire year. Lord, I thank you. Thank you. I don't care how hard it got, man. God has been good to me. This has been a blessing.
Moments in every generation, whether you're watching or whether you're in this room right now, where the Lord reintroduces himself to a generation and amplifies his message. Whether he says to Moses, tell the people that I am, or whether he says, tell them that I am your father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. There come moments where he says it's important for you to know who I am. Whenever there's a generation that may forget who he is, he allows a message to stir around the world. It's in everybody's mouth at the same time to say, hello, I want to read who I am. I still do miracles. I still make way. Keep my promises. This is who our God is. And we're in a moment where he's reintroducing this attribute to a generation.
Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You know, it's an amazing thing when you really get to actually see yourself living the word of God when religious people quote it. My entire life is a manifestation. Like, this year has just been, it has made me very strong in a way I never thought I could. I never thought I could go through what I've gone through and still be who I am. Y'all don't understand. I used to be a real alcoholic. Like a real alcoholic. You know? And for me to have gone through all this, and I don't have any desire to drink. Now, on my birthday, yeah, because, you know, my ex came in town and took me out for my birthday, and we spent the weekend. And yes, I'm still celibate. Although he did try it a lot of times, I'm still celibate. But it's like I drank, you know, then just because we're celebrating my birthday. But it's like I used to had to drink. I remember when I had to drink 2 to 3 bottles of alcohol a day. Y'all, I need to give this testimony right now. I remember when I was a real lush, where I woke up and drank. I had to drink to go to sleep. I had to drink to get through the day. Y'all don't understand. Like, for me to have gone through all this and to not have, you know, gone back to being an alcoholic. I used to fuck with pills back in 2013. I don't even want to, like, I have no desire to do any of that, you know? I remember when I was so unhealed emotionally from, you know, being a survivor of rape, when sex was just a way to get instant gratification. It had no meaning. Now I hold my body and my soul so sacred because sex is a soul tie. I remember that. I remember when I would turn, because I'm bi, I would turn to men and women for affection and temporary affection. It's like, for me to look at my not so distant past, and some of it is a distant past, and see how far I've come. Most, especially women, especially out here, most of the ones in my situation, they would have, and some of them that I know are prostituting themselves. You know, they don't have no problem busting it open on OnlyFans and letting the whole world see all of they everything. I have not compromised my integrity. I have not compromised my spirituality. And I have not gone back to my old vices, old toxic cycles. That is strength. That's what I mean when I said, man, I didn't even see how strong I was until I started telling people about what I, you know, my journey. And it's like, man, Lord, thank you. Because I remember when Elissa died, my one and only true soul sister and my first best friend. I've been knowing that girl, been in my life since I was 4 years old. And when she died, that was when I became an alcoholic. When my father died 3 years later, I went right back to it. So that's what I'm saying. Every time life got hard, I went to toxic vices or toxic, choices, or I would gravitate to people because I'm vulnerable and then regret it. So it's like all I can do is just give God praise. Lord, thank you for keeping me, and thank you for carrying me through this. You know, thank you for carrying me through this, because it's the grace of God. Oh, Ashe. Oh, hallelujah. It is a grace of God, not only that I'm still here, but that I have not gone back. I held my integrity. I kept my boundaries in place. Like, I remember that. I remember when I was so damaged from being raped that I wanted men to feel as horrible as I did. And so I would love them and leave them. Give them this little temporary affection. I want you to feel as horrible as I did, and then, leave. And it's like that abandonment, all of that. I remember when. And now I'm in a place where all I want is what I keep being shown, which is my future. My future divine masculine and my future children, my daughter and my son, because I've seen both my daughter and my son, but my daughter's going to be born first. I want that. That's my family. Not my relatives from back home. My family is going to be the family I create. And that is why God is, he's preparing me, that song. I don't have that one downloaded, but that one, like, I'm being prepared for my future, and not just in marriage and family, but even my goals, my movie, God versus Magog, showing you guys what I was shown and what I saw in heaven, and what the reason I go so hard on my channel to expose all this satanic agenda. Matter of fact, shout out to the new subscriber I picked up yesterday. Oh, what was his name? I forget his name, but we had such a great conversation, and he knows what's up with, like, the industry and everything. And I said, bro, go back and watch all of my past lives from this year. Like, I shared screen and showed you guys a satanic ritual calendar, which, by the way, y'all, I have my equipment back. So we finna get right back into me going deep into these investigations, and we're going to be doing the Pizzagate watch party this week. So if you guys are not on Rumble, get on Rumble right now. Like, go to rumble.com/ I think it's user at JustDee show or something. Just look for me on Rumble, JustDee show, because we're going deep into this Pizzagate, and we're going to be doing the watch parties this week, because it's like my mission on this earth is to show and tell what I was shown in heaven. That's literally, I signed a contract up there to do this, so I have to. That's also why I can't give up. And really, I'm way too powerful for that anyhow. This earth life does get to us, but I have to remember that I'm not even an earthly being. I'm not from here. I'm a starseed. For those who don't know what a starseed is, a starseed is a person who you've lived before. You probably heard as a child, oh, that girl or that boy had been here before. That means you've died and you reincarnated and came back at a different, later time for a divine purpose. For me, I feel like I need to accomplish, oh, it's dark. I need to accomplish my goals and dreams. And above all, do what the angels in heaven and the Most High and my ancestors showed me to do, which is to speak the truth, raw and unfiltered and unapologetically, because it is the chosen that are being woken up. People do not interpret certain scriptures correctly. And the scripture that says the dead in Christ shall rise is your consciousness, your third eye awakening to the Christ consciousness. Yeshua, the true Christ. Not the Roman Catholic, Luciferian, Jesus version. The true Christ. It's a frequency you tap into, just like God is a frequency that you are. Therefore, you walk the earth as such. These are all the things that they showed me and that I have to show you guys. So I'm speaking into existence. I'm going to purchase that Houdini equipment so I can start to edit and produce all of I'm going to make it an animated movie, kind of like an anime, because it'll just be more engaging as an animated movie. And everything they showed me was to prepare the chosen to awaken 111 and 1111. Those are angel numbers for spiritual awakening. So if you've been seeing any angel number, whether it's 222, 333, today I saw 111, 222 twice, 444. Then I saw 4:44 p.m. Then I saw 555. Then I saw 5:55 p.m. All angel numbers, all angel communication. And so things like this, the true chosen are, we are waking up. The dead in Christ means the spiritually dead, those who were trapped, in mental conditioning, or, MK Ultra, or brainwashing, like where I come from, these churches that are cults, that they don't recognize their cults. Like, you don't know you're in the shit until you leave and, you go see the world and realize, no, that's not at all right. All of that is why this is my not only Job experience, but wilderness, like what the true Christ went through, the wilderness. It's ordained for me to go through this by myself right now to prepare me for my future. And one thing about retrogrades that I learned, the universe will test you by bringing people from your past back into your life to see how healed you are. That's really what a retrograde is for. It's to show you how healed you are, or to show you areas you need to still heal. So when the universe brought my ex back into my life, and like I said, I'll talk more about that later, like in detail. I was like, okay, what's spiritually the purpose in this? Because I know for me, there was no desire to, go backwards and get back together. But apparently he, clearly wanted marriage. And it's just like, okay, sometimes we consider things because, hey, I already know this person. We already have all this history. And then he is the father of the last baby that I lost 8 months after my dad died. So, we have that. We'll always have that bond. Like, I always have love for him as the father of my child because of that. But that doesn't mean get back together. So that whole situation came about so that I could see how healed I was, and so could he. And sometimes, y'all, let me tell you something. You can love a person, that don't mean y'all meant to be together. Like, dead ass. It don't mean y'all meant to be together. Don't always take that as, oh, this is another chance. No, sometimes that other chance is for you to let people go and get closure. And that's not a bad thing, when you can see, where you've healed. So it's like, okay, Lord, all these different circumstances, I kept questioning, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Sometimes we need to stop, be thankful, give God thanks, see how far you've come, see how strong you are. See what lessons have you learned? In what areas have you grown? In what areas do you still need to grow? And I know the old unhealed me, I wouldn't have handled this situation the way that I did if I wasn't healed. And so what God also revealed to me was that was meant to realign so that both parties could see healing, and then also see whether or not we were meant to be together or not. And if not, hey, I wish you well. I hope you heal. See, the old me back in the day, all the chaos and drama, ain't nobody got time for that, man. At my age, I like peace. Peace is my priority in all connections, especially friendships. Because it's people that's in, let me address this publicly, since some of y'all didn't have these conversations, so-called friends. Let me tell y'all something. For any of y'all who know what I have been through, who witnessed me get hospitalized, who know about what I'm going through physically, some of y'all have witnessed it. You've seen me have these episodes, okay? For any of y'all to know that and still try to exploit what can I get from D while she's going through this, I don't want to say hardship, but that in reality, that is what it is. While she's going through this hardship because of medical reasons, and only because of that, for you to know that and to talk shit, to look down upon, to judge, because You sell your ass and I don't want to. That's some crazy shit. You're pretty, you could, no. I'm a wife already. I'm a mother already. And above all, I'm a spiritualist. What do I look like doing what you do? Because you don't love yourself. It's all of that. You know, it's the audacity to judge me because I don't want to slut myself out, you know, the way other people choose to. So it's all these things. I was like, okay, Lord. And even with that, everybody who was talking shit, I hope you heal. That's genuinely my new response. I really hope y'all heal because you need it. You need healing. And this is about to be a crash. Yeah, I'm so glad that car stopped because I saw, oh Lord, I'm sitting here watching these two cars about to do this right here. But for real, it's like, nah, you know, God's going to and has been blessing me because I've been walking by faith. And it's very easy, especially, you know, when, let's be real, I'm a Scorpio. And I know my worth. It could be very easy to, you know, stoop to certain people's energy and, you know, feel like defending myself. I'm at a place now, I just cut people off, man. I ain't got time, especially if you older than me too. You know what you're doing. You know what you're saying. I just cut people off because we don't have time to be going back and forth. I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. If I don't judge you for selling your ass, you for damn sure shouldn't be judging me because I won't. I mean, that's crazy as hell. And it's even more crazy to be a friend in suggesting that. What friend suggests for you to sell your ass or get on OnlyFans and then judge you because you don't want to do it? It's like, you ain't no friend. You are a lesson. Goodbye. I hope you heal. I really do. But I ain't gonna ever fuck with you again in life. That's that Scorpio shit. We really are all or nothing. And once we realize that you are not good for us, you gotta go. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much I love you. I don't care how long we've known each other. If you are taken away from my peace, I'm not fucking with you. But that doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean I'm resentful or any of that. It just means we're not aligned. So it's a cutoff. We don't share the same frequency. And I do hope you learn to elevate your frequency. I really do. So I want y'all to take from this. Let this retrograde remove who needs to be removed. Do not allow them back in your life. Do not. Even if a person removes themselves, let them stay gone. Some people have a habit, especially narcissists, they have a habit of love bombing you, devaluing and discarding you, and then thinking they can come and just pop back up in your life like they didn't do the shit that they did. And I'm talking about friends, especially relatives, and even past lovers. People be like, oh, and that time has passed. You forgot what I did. Nah, I'm a Scorpio. I remember everything. I can forgive you. But I'm not going to forget what you did, what you said and did that hurt me. That's the boundary, is nah, because I remember when you hurt me before. I'm not even going to give you access to be able to anymore. That's the real reason. A healed Scorpio, not an unhealed. A healed Scorpio cuts people off because we are protecting our peace and we don't want to give you access to hurt us. An unhealed Scorpio does it just to be petty, and, you know, and then they'll still go back and forth. Like when I seen Erica Mena doing that shit with Safari, I'm like, man, she needs to heal. But Safari was also a narcissist. Technically, both of them, you know, are. But I remember watching them go through it. And her just acting crazy because she couldn't force him to act right. Let me tell y'all something. If a person doesn't value you, let them go so God can send you somebody who does. Please do. Please know your worth. And know that you are worthy. Abandonment. That was something I discussed during a video consultation with a client of mine. And people with abandonment wounds tend to, and they don't even realize this, but they tend to sabotage relationships. They tend to project their abandonment onto other people. It can come in the form of aggression, manipulation, control, narcissism, grandiose behavior. entitlement, force, drama, narcissistic supply. It just, all of that, it comes from a place of fear of losing that person. So they react in very unhealthy or toxic ways. And a lot of people, what they do is they abandon you before you can abandon them. That's what I saw Erica and Safari go through. Both of them did that to each other. And I was like, and it was so sad watching them go through that in front of little kids, which means your little kids are now going to repeat the same cycle. This is why, for me, it's important to break generational curses before my children are born. I don't want my children learning any toxic cycle from their mama or their dad. And that's also why I'm not rushing into marriage with nobody. Because who I marry they have to be as healed as me and as spiritually powerful as me, so that our children can have a healthy environment. And you can't have one person that's healed and another one that's unhealed and think you're going to have a cohesive relationship. No, because the healed person is always going to be taking on the unhealed person's energy and drain it, and then it's going to go crazy. So I've learned that. Like, people that got in their feelings because I cut them off, it's because you were draining my energy, bro. Like, you weren't adding to it. You were constantly taking from it. And at some point, we're all adults. Each one of us are responsible for our healing. Look, I'm a survivor of sexual abuse. I was abused from the ages of 8 to 11 sexually. I was raped twice as an adult. The first time by my ex-fiance. I get trauma. I overstand it. But I made a conscious decision to take action towards my healing by going to therapy, working with a life coach, and then seeking self-help books, self-help websites, joining support groups. Every one of us, we are responsible for our healing. So it doesn't matter what you've been through. You can't use your past trauma as an excuse to be fucked up. You can't use your past trauma as an excuse to constantly project on the others your unhealed energy and then wonder why people don't want to fuck with you. Like, you have to fix that. Like I said, I love my siblings, but I got one who, he's been married 5 times and working on wife number 6. Same age as my ex. And I'm like, bruh, and you on me because how come you haven't? Because I don't want to end up like y'all. I don't want to end up going through marriage after marriage and divorce because I didn't heal myself. Or another sibling where they don't even sleep together. One sleeps upstairs and one sleeps in the basement. That's not healthy. And your kids are seeing this, thinking this is normal. This is the blessing to being like the youngest on one side of the family and the second oldest on the other side. Because it's like, I see all the shit y'all doing and I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that, bruh. I want a healthy relationship, and I will be happily single until God aligns me. I swear to God, I will be so happily single before I be miserably married. I swear to God. I always told myself that. I ain't gonna hold y'all. For a long time, I didn't even want to be married. After, just watching what my mom and my former stepdad went through. But when I looked at my auntie and my uncle, and my auntie is now resting in peace with my uncle, bless her heart, and I miss her dearly. But I love them so much because they showed me healthy relationship. They never, in 57 years, I never heard them argue. Not one time. Their arguments consisted of, baby, what can I get you from the kitchen? Nah, baby, I'll go get it. Nah, I'll go. Like my auntie. No, king. That's why, like, I refer to men as kings and I refer to women as queens because we're all royalty. But I saw that with my aunt and uncle. I saw healthy. So it's like, nah, man, marriage and relationship ain't supposed to be a battlefield. It's not supposed to be dramatic and traumatic. Y'all supposed to be cohesive. Them two, my Uncle James and my Auntie Mary, was like best friends. Literally. They had each other's back unconditionally all the time. That's the marriage that I want. And I even had told that. I said, my husband's going to treat me the way my uncle treated my wife, or treated my my wife. Ooh, that did just come out my mouth. Okay. Well, whoever she is, if she's watching, you need to come towards me. Anyway, I told you I'm biased, so I do plan on having a husband and a wife. But anyways, that will be different, obviously, from my aunt and uncle. But they showed me healthy, true partnership, true unconditional love. I'm worthy of that, and I know I can have that. But I cannot have that with somebody who's not healed. And quite honestly, I've had this conversation with two of my exes over the past 3 years. Most recently, the one that came to see me, but even the one before that. Because he was talking about marriage in 2022. And him and I lost a baby. And that time I was pregnant. We knew I was pregnant. And I lost the baby when I was close to 3 months along. And both of them cheated on me after I lost the baby. And then tried to come back and make up for it, but then showed the same cheating ass behavior, but you want me to marry you. Ain't no fucking way, bro. I'm not, what? I'm gonna give my devotion to you? And I'm a Scorpio? Like, we're devoted for real. Like, if we commit, you ain't gotta worry about us. Especially a healed Scorpio? Shit. You come give a Scorpio some real loyalty and consistency, you got us for life. Literally. So nah, I'm like, oh, ain't no fucking way. Hell nah. You're not gonna come back in my life doing the same whole ass shit and then get mad because I don't want to marry you. The fuck? So, I mean, I'm laughing now, but at the time it was like, what the fuck? But then I realized that was a test. That was the universe testing me to see, are you gonna go back to what feels familiar but is also not healed? Or are you gonna release this person and keep being happily single until God sends you the person that's actually meant for you? That was the lesson for me. So I'm very, very, very grateful. And the lesson for him, that you wasn't finna have me break my celibacy just because you booked us a room. And it was a gorgeous room. I showed y'all the view. But nah, ain't no way. Because I can tell, feel, and see you not healed. And you know how many people have tried to get me to break my celibacy this year? Men and women. Talking about marriage because they knew, you know, I'm saving myself for marriage now. Now, back in the day, I wasn't. I told you, I was a whole different person. It's like, nah, man. Because I know if I do that, I'm going to regret it. I know I am. Because I'm seeing too much of things that have not changed. So I even thank God for that healing, for me to keep my boundaries clear and for me to choose me. You know, because people be in their feelings when they find out you're interested in other people. People be in their feelings when they find out other people are interested in you, especially other people being interested in you that are more well known than them. Other people interested in me that are more successful. And you worried about people I'm not even dealing with because I'm single and want to, you know, bring drama. Oh, no. Same stuff, like I said, with the sibling, talking about when you going to settle down. When you going to get a wife and stick to one, nigga? How you working on wife number 6 and want to talk to me about marriage? You couldn't keep none of them. Like, I look at stuff like this, like, nah, man, this retrograde is showing me so much. When I tell you I thank God for all of this, man, I do. Having to drive through the parking lots of them places where them people treated me horribly and seeing where God has brought me in just a short time, and the fact that God blessed me to manifest this completely on my own, you know, without any, you know, people wanting to take credit for it. No, this was God did this. And I manifested this because of the faith. I didn't lose my faith no matter how bad it got. I did not lose my faith. I thank God for that. That's strength. That's healing. That's growth. And above all, it's a blessing and it's a testimony. You can't have a testimony without being tested. I've been tested time and time and time again. And I said, ancestors, I've passed the test. Now it's the time for my reward. I'm telling y'all what I know I deserve so the universe can serve it. When you know what you deserve, the universe will serve it. Literally, remember that mantra. When you know what you deserve, the universe will serve. Literally, it will give you exactly what you think. The universe does not respond to you begging and pleading and praying. The universe responds to your vibration. When you pray, don't beg and plead, Lord, please, please, please. No, command it. I command my life to get better and better. Show me how good life can be today. I command this body to be healed. Every time I start passing huge amounts of blood and clots, which unfortunately did happen over my birthday weekend because I got sick from some food. I got a foodborne illness. Even while I was going through that, I was like, I speak healed over my body. I command this body to be healed. I command this bleeding to stop. And it did. Now, I know medically, yes, I need surgery. I need to get all this taken care of and fixed and removed and all of that. But at the end of the day, what I know I deserve is abundance in every part of my life. I deserve an abundance of healing. It's not always about money. Healing. These generational curses broken, severed. My mind, body, spirit, heart healed. So my children can be born in a healthy environment. And they can know love and true power. Like the things I'm learning now, I wish I would have known when I was younger. But my parents didn't, their generation, they didn't believe in therapy. My mom, she, I love her to life, but she would tell us when we were kids that therapy was for crazy people and white people because my mom grew up in the civil rights era. So, there's a certain level of, I'm trying to think of the right word. I don't want to say ignorance, but what people, if you haven't been taught about healing, you can't project that, basically. So their generation wasn't taught about frequency and healing. They were taught, like my mom said, that you just had to go through hell with people, and no, you should not have to go through hell with anybody. You should be able to be at peace. Even in your platonic relationships, they should be reciprocal. It should not be people, because I thought about that too, the people that I would call friends out here. When, I had my apartment and I was working full time and my car and everything, all the people I helped, stayed with me, fed, gave, edibles, all that to, did all, like, was there for. And then it's like, man, when I started going through this transition, I really saw who was who. And my second mom, my best friend that passed her mom, she said, baby, God's going to show you who's for you while you're going through this. She said, and even though it hurts when people let you down, thank God that they did. That way you're not carrying the wrong people with you as God elevates you. And that's what I thank God for, is for removing the people that were not meant to stay along my journey. That way they can create space for the people who are meant to come and stay, to come into my life. So it's like everything makes sense. And now it's about me claiming my abundance, claiming healing, claiming victory, claiming favor, claiming peace, and maintaining that peace. And if you have to, again, distance yourself or cut people off, if any relationship dissolves during this retrograde, let it. Because that relationship is not for you. Again, I don't care if it's familial, platonic, business, romantic, whatever dissolves, let it. And do not try to get people to stay in your life that the Most High removed. Trust the process. Again, that alignment sign, the hope, all the angel numbers let me know I'm on the right track. So I just got to keep going. So I hope you guys are encouraged. I got to get back out in these abundant streets because, it's busy right now. Let me take a look at y'all's comments real quick. Hold on. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I see some new people in the chat. So if this is your first time tuning in, definitely hit subscribe. What's up, Neptune? Good to see you, family. Thank you. Appreciate you about nails. What's up, Jalen? Good to see my good brothers. We got Brazil in the house. Okay, Brazil. That's what's up. Brazil in his house. Go on and subscribe, Brazil. We love you here in Canada. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you. Hey, Chelsea. Good to see you, my love. Good to see you. We got George in the building. Good to see you, family. Good to see you. I'm so glad when I see my D's peeps in the building. I love y'all. I really do. That's why I jumped on here, to give y'all some encouragement. So, family, I love y'all. I got to get out in these abundant streets and get out here and get this money. But I don't know what time it's going to be, because it depends on how long I'm driving. But more than likely I will come back tonight. And like I said, I'm only sharing this with y'all because when I prayed earlier, that's the message I got, was share what you just went through, because there's people that need to hear it that are going through it now. So I will come back later, and I'm still going to edit the content from my birthday because I really did have a wonderful time. But certain things that went on let me know that no, this is not God aligning. This was a lesson. And so I want to share that in hopes that whoever the 5 people are that I'm feeling go through this, that you will, be inspired to choose you, and make sure, that you choose yourself. And above all, choose self-love, y'all. Choose self-love. I got to brush these crumbs off because, hold on. And yes, I got a pillow because I'll be driving long hours. Helps with the nerve damage that I'm speaking healing over. But for real, like, release what is no longer serving you. Release who is not in alignment, and know that God has better for you. Know that you are worthy. Like I was telling the client I had the most recent, consultation with, we were speaking about abandonment, and I gave him some mantras. Tell yourself, I am worthy. I am enough. I'm deserving. If you're struggling with abandonment, and abandonment is always rooted in childhood trauma. It's usually, it's a result of either a mother or a father or a parental figure not being emotionally available or not being physically available. And so it makes you, as a child, it creates a feeling of anxiety and fear and not feeling safe. And you grow up with this intense fear of losing people. So what you end up doing is you either sabotage by smothering them, or you sabotage by abandoning a person before they can abandon you, or you sabotage by constantly projecting, feelings of low self-worth, insecurity, all of that's rooted in fear. So the thing is to heal that part of your childhood, that whatever it was that made you feel unsafe with that parent or that circumstance, heal that. Because until you heal that, you're not going to have a healthy relationship. It doesn't matter how much other people love you, you will never have a healthy relationship. So do the work to heal. Like I said, my parents' generation, unfortunately, I don't know why both sides were like that. But my generation, I'm going to teach my kids, like, if you feel like you need to speak with a therapist or a life coach, in fact, I will probably be their life coach. And wow, I just seen one of them H-Town trucks. But, teach them about healing. Healing is so important. And the one thing I noticed in all of my, family's marriages outside of my aunt and uncle, none of them were healed when they got married. None of them have gone to therapy. They don't want to go to therapy. And I feel like that's why they continue to have these toxic, cycles. And it's just like, man, I really hope y'all choose to heal. Like, I for real do. I really, really do. That's my prayer for everybody who is or has been fucked up to me, is I really, really hope you find your healing, because you need it. So with that being said, Willie girls, good to see you. With that being said, thank you, these peeps, for tuning in. Like I said, it's popping. I know usually around this time, the rides start picking up. So I'm about to get back out in these abundant streets. But y'all make sure to get on Rumble, because we're going to be doing the watch parties this week. Like I said, I got my equipment back. So we're going to be doing the lives where I will be on camera. Oh, there's like a super cute little old couple. And the lady's walking with her little cane, and he's holding her hand. That is too cute. And bless her heart, she was, because the car, them people so rude. They seen little old people walking, and they just sped up. Little old lady trying to get across to their car fast. That's so mean. Anyway, I'm like, dang, that's mean as hell. She probably about 85 years old. Just let a lady cross the street or across the parking lot. But anyway, y'all make sure to come back later. Like I said, I'm going to share some things with y'all. And it's really in hopes that you will be encouraged, for real. So with that being said, love you, these peeps. For y'all that tune in the first time, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Get on Rumble right now. and hit follow and subscribe. That way you can get notified when we do the watch party. But I will return. Y'all have a good